Today we're looking at a 3-row family hauler that won't punish you at the gas pump. This is the 2026 Toyota Grand Highlander Nightshade Hybrid. And if you're looking for a big SUV with great fuel economy and tons of space, then this one should be on your list. Let's see if it deserves a spot in your garage. First off, what's new for 2026? It's the carryover model. Nothing has changed with the design. Same platform that they introduced in 2024. They did simplify some of your features and your options on this to make it easier to get what you want on here. The Toyota Safety Sense 3.0 continues as standard across all trims. And you did have a price increase of about $500 with the Hybrid LE starting at just under $45,000 and this Hybrid Nightshade starting at around $53,000. This was equipped with a 2.5 liter dynamic force hybrid engine tied to an eCVT transmission. You get a combined system output of 243 horsepower, but Toyota doesn't give us a torque number for the combination of the hybrid and the eCVT. Now you do get standard all-wheel drive on this. You also have a max towing of 3,500 pounds. And your fuel economy is going to come in at 34 miles per gallon combined, and that is pretty much what we've been averaging while we've been driving this. To add a little something that you might not know, this hybrid engine achieves 41% thermal efficiency. It's one of the highest of any 3-row SUV engines today. It's a major reason the Grand Highlander Hybrid delivers excellent miles per gallon for its size. Now your Nightshade Edition is going to give you that blacked out look. So you've got this big black grille right down here. It is kind of gloss black. And then you've got a big lower valance going across here. Looks really good. You've got the LED fog lights. You've got these slim LED projector headlights up in here. I like the way that looks. The black just sets off this color. You got 20-inch black wheels around the side here. You got all this black cladding going across here to protect you when you're off-roading. Black mirror caps also. You can see the handles are also black. Up above here, we've got giant panoramic roof, which is nice. This is optioned with the crossbars. Now your crossbars up there, just remember that can add to some wind noise and could also add a little drag and affect your mile per gallon a little bit. Now we haven't had too much problem. We still are averaging basically what it says. We're getting around 34, 35 miles per gallon. Come around to the back, you have a spoiler back here, and you can see this one is black. It's not body color, so that just adds to your Nightshade. You've got your shark fin antenna up there in black also. Back here, we've got the black Toyota logo. You got your black hybrid badge and all-wheel drive badge, and then you got your black limited badge. Also on here, you can see it says Grand Highlander across here. Now I like the way that they did that body colored and just kind of blended it into the tailgate. That is a really nice touch. You do get a power lift gate back here. And here in the back cargo space, you have 20.5 cubic feet of space. It's really nice amount. You got a JBL sub speaker right there. You do have some power back here also. And if we look up underneath here, you have a tire jack there. You do have the cargo cover right there. That's pretty cool that it comes along with it, and it's got a spot for it. So it's not just like laying in the back in the way. All right, this third row right here, this is a lot of space actually for a third row vehicle. So there's some that don't have this much space. Now let's put the third row down, check out the space there. So we're gonna push this handle right here and just push it down. It's gonna flip the headrest down and you can lay it completely flat. Same thing on this side. Let's get the down, and now you're looking at 57.9 cubic feet of space. That is huge. We can also see back here, you got cup holders and USB-Cs. We're going to check all that out when we hop into this third row, but that is a very, very good amount of space. Now let's drop down that second row. With that down, you have 97.5 cubic feet. Wow, that is massive in there. All right, now I'll show you how to put that seat down. So you have the seat up like this and you're needing to lay it flat. So you have the handle up here, just like on the third row. That will tilt this forward. Then you have a handle right down here. You're gonna pull that handle and it's gonna drop it completely flat. All right, let's take a look at the inside. Is just the kind of black interior in here. This looks really nice. I like how they got this little kind of titanium piece right here. It's almost got a bronze look to it when the sun is on it. But this is all nice and soft through here. A little bit of hard plastic right there, and then you got hard plastic down here. I don't mind the hard plastic at the bottom because that's where you're going to hit your feet and scuff it and stuff like that, and it's easier to clean if it's harder plastic. You do have all your window controls and your mirror controls, and you do have 2 separate memory seating right there. Now then we get to these powered seats with lumbar, and this is the Softex leather material. Very comfortable so far, and they are heated and ventilated, so those will keep you nice and comfortable. So let's get in and check out the rest of this stuff. All right, as we come across here, you can see you do have a USB-C right here in front of the passenger, which I really like having that, because that way they can have their own little charger over there and it not just be in the way of everything else. You do have a little Twinkie tray for Joe Rady right there. And then this is all nice soft touch, and then it's got a second ledge. This is hard plastic back here, but that's okay. This hard plastic back here doesn't matter. You're not going to be anywhere near it. Now, I don't like that it's hard plastic right here, but then again, this is all one piece, so that's what's going to happen. We come down here and we do have the driver's display. Get zoomed in a little bit closer on that. Nice and bright, good colors and everything like that. It's pretty much the same in every single one of them. This hybrid stuff is on this side, so you see where it says EV ready, it's ready to go. And you see we're averaging 34.6 miles per gallon right now. And then you come over here to the other side, and this is where your speedometer is. Now we can make some adjustments in the middle. If we hold down the OK button on the steering wheel right here, that's going to bring up those parentheses right there. So we can go to the left and we can pop through a few different menus on the screen right there. You got navigation, EV ratio, eco. Then you can go back over here to the center and back to the right. And on the right side, you can do the same thing. You can cycle through a few different menu screens. And we go to the center and it has a few screens there itself, and including the settings. And when you go into the settings, that's where all your driver assistance features are. So here's Toyota's steering wheel. It's just a round steering wheel, no flat bottom or anything like that. On the right side, you have all your driver assistance features, including adaptive cruise, lane centering, all of that. And then you go over to this side and you have your menu controls for your driver's display. That's your back button. And then you've got your phone, your volume for your stereo, and your voice recognition. Go over here to the 12-inch, I believe it's a 12.5-inch screen over here. You can see we do have a JBL sound system in here. And then right here is on the standard navigation. You have to sign up for that. This one is not equipped with it right now, but you do have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. We can go down here to the car. That's going to have all of your trip information, your energy flow. And then we're going to go into the settings down here. And when you pan down through here, there's your sound and your media. You can change stuff. And your right here, Bluetooth devices, that's where you're going to hook up your phone. And then we go down here to vehicle customize. You hit that. That's where you've got all your lights, your door controls, your climate, those settings right there. And everything else is going to be set up in the driver's display that we talked about earlier. You go down here and this is where your climate control is. So you've got heated and ventilated seats over here. You've got an auto setting right here with the digital dials. You also have a windshield heater right there. And your mirrors are also heated when you turn on your rear defrost. You can change the rear climate right here and then set that up however you want to. Right now it's on sync, so it'll be the same temperature all the way across. Come on down here and there's your power button to start this thing up, and then you have a camera view button right there. We can push that, and then that gives you a surround view of the camera. We can also switch to this view right here. So next we have a USB-C here and a USB-C here. Now this one is obviously showing that it's for charging, and this one is for your USB connection if you don't want to be connected wirelessly. Now here you've got this big open container right here, which is basically a spot for a giant water bottle. And then you've got two more cup holders right back here. And then you've got your standard shifter, which you don't need any explanation on that. You've got an electronic parking brake, and you have auto hold. Back here, you can turn your traction control off. Here we've got your drive modes. You got Eco, Sport, Normal, and Trail. And then you have EV mode, which will let you drive in electric for a short period of time, but generally it's going to be less than a mile and under about 25 miles per hour. And then you also have your hill descent control. The center armrest here, now this is cushioned right here. Different from the trucks, this center part right here, just like the trucks, slide back, but it's padded, so it doesn't hurt your elbow and you don't feel like you're falling off of the cushioning all the time. So that is a huge plus. Down in here, this is really deep. There's a lot of stuff way down in here. Now you can see that's down to about my elbow almost. But you do have a little tray right here that you can put some items on, which I have some safety glasses, a badge, and charging cord. Above, mentioned the panoramic roof, and you can see those rails going across there. Go up here, and you do have sunglass holder. You know I like sunglass holders. This does have a sunshade also, so we can close that, and it is pretty quick actually. So that's it from up front. Let's go check out the back, see what's back there, see how much room is back there. I'm 6 foot tall, so I'm gonna have this seat set where I normally would drive at, and then we're gonna go through the back, and then I'm gonna set that seat as if I was sitting behind myself, and then I'll get into the third row and we'll see how much space you have if you have 2 6 foot people in a row sitting back there. I think it's going to be okay, but let's go check it out. Okay. Door opens decently wide, nothing huge or crazy, but nice, easy to get in and out. So we're going to hop in here, and plenty of room. You can see I've got about 3 inches of space right there. That's not a problem. The seats actually feel really comfortable too. You can recline these seats right here, and you've got a few other options here. If you want to slide forward and backwards, you can do that here. This is the one that's going to fold the top down flat, and above my head I have another about 3 inches above my head, so that is good also. All right, let's come on in and see all the stuff back here. We're gonna start with the door panel. It's basically the same as the front. You got hard plastic right here. This is soft up here, which I was kind of surprised of. You got soft for your elbows here, and hard plastic down below with a bottle holder. You do have a small little tray right here. I'm not real sure what you're gonna put in there. Maybe some espresso cups. And then you do have the sunshade here in the back that Toyota puts in, I think, just about everything. All right, let's get up inside here. Now, back here, you have your own climate control with heated seats here in the second row, and you have USB-Cs on each side. You do have some power right down here, the 120 volt plug. You got map pockets in the back of both seats, and then your vents for your second row are right there above your head. In the middle here, we've got this center console. It's got 2 cup holders here. Looks like we got little spots for cell phone holders or whatever else you would want to put back there. And then you have a tray here in the back. This does have a handle on the front, so this actually can be taken out if you don't want to use it. So that's pretty cool. Makes it a lot easier to get back into this third row back here. Here in the second row, also, with these captain's chairs, you get some armrests, which are nice. I like having armrests in here. That's all your fun for your second row. Now I'm gonna set this seat so I have just an inch or two between me and the seat in front of me. So let's set that now. And we're gonna go up. That's good. I think I'm comfortable about right there. So what do you guys think about that? Would you be comfortable in that position right there? I think it would be fine. And I can also lean my seat back if I need to. So I think we're good in that positioning right there. Now let's see how much space that gives us here in the third row. Now, to get into that third row, which is going to be a little hard because I have that seat set where it's supposed to be, but I'm going to show you how to get in, and then I'm going to have to reset the seat and then get back there and show you what it looks like. But to get back in there, you're going to push this handle right here is going to fold that forward like that and then allow the seat to slide all the way forward. That is how you're going to get up into the back here. And now you can see plenty of room to get in and out of here, but let's see how much space there is back here if I am sitting behind myself, and again, behind myself. Okay, now I am in the third row back here. So here's how much space I have if I was sitting behind myself. So we got 2 6-foot people in a row, and you can see I still have 2 or 3 inches in front of me, and I did relax this back just a little bit, so it was more like if someone was sitting in front of me. But yeah, you can see there's plenty of room there. That's really good. I'm surprised. I can kind of get myself relaxed a little bit. And if you didn't know, you can relax these seats also by pulling that handle that flips the seats down. If you do that, you can lay these back all the way back like this. That's pretty nice. Wow. Way to go. Here in the third row, same thing. You got vents up above your head so you can stay nice and cool back here also. And you do have USB-C plugs right there and cup holders here. You got 1, 2, 3, I don't know how many cup holders. You got 2 cup holders and maybe a cell phone you set down in the middle of there, I guess. No armrest back here, but it shows that you can have a third person back here. So here's the headrest for the third person. There's 3 things. I don't know that you're going to get 3 people back here. Definitely 3 adults are not going to fit back here. Maybe 3 smaller children could fit across here. And the other thing is that second row, you can actually get a bench seat in the second row, I believe. But maybe I'll check on that and let you know for sure. So there you go. This would actually be comfortable for adults to sit in the third row. To take a long trip, it would be perfectly fine in here. You could easily have 6 adults in here without any problem. Ready? Go. Oh, we spun tires a little bit. And there's 60. So not too bad. I don't know if it was 7.5 seconds, but it says 7.5 to 8 seconds. That's okay. So driving this the past few days, I really felt that it is super smooth. The suspension just absorbs all of the bumps and cracks, even here in the Midwest with our, not so great roads. But the steering also feels light. You don't feel like you're driving as big of a vehicle as this actually is. And the hybrid system, it blends the engine and hybrid switch very, very easily. Half the time you can't even tell whether you're driving an electric or you've got the gas engine on unless you actually look down to see whether it says you're in EV or not. That's really about the only time that I could even tell. Now, obviously, we just saw that this is not a performance SUV. But where this thing shines is being a big 3-row SUV that gets 34 miles per gallon. And I showed you that we're averaging over 34 miles per gallon. That is amazing. So if that's what you're wanting, is great fuel economy, a big SUV to haul your family around, this one is probably the only one that you're going to find that has that combination. Now, safety is a big deal in a family vehicle, and Toyota loads this one up. You get the Toyota Safety Sense 3.0 standard. This means a pre-collision system with pedestrian detection, full speed adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, lane centering, and road sign assist with automatic high and low beams. On top of that, the Nightshade Hybrid adds blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, front and rear parking sensors, and the panoramic 360-degree camera that really helps when you're backing into tight spaces. Now let's take a look at some of the main rivals of the Toyota Grand Highlander. When you stack the Grand Highlander Nightshade Hybrid up against the Kia Telluride, the Hyundai Palisade, and the Honda Pilot, the big difference is fuel economy. Those rivals use traditional V6 engines, while this Toyota gives you real 30-row space and over 30 miles per gallon. If you've got a busy family and a long commute, that combination is hard to beat. Now for the OSR vehicle rating. And the 2026 Toyota Grand Highlander Nightshade Hybrid lands at an impressive 85. The Grand Highlander Nightshade Hybrid scores well because it just does a lot of things right for families. It's roomy, easy to live with, and gets great fuel economy without asking you to compromise much. Overall, it's one of those SUVs that quietly proves its value once you spend time with it. The Toyota Grand Highlander proves that you don't have to sacrifice space or comfort to get great gas mileage out of a family SUV. If you found this review helpful, hit the like button and subscribe to Off the Shelf Rides. Thanks for watching and have a blessed day.